Yep. Eagles wear boxing. Yeah, we in here for a short time, man. You better get in here. Get into the show, man. Where you at? That's right, there he is. Eagle. I miss the elder, man. I don't know where he's at, man. I haven't been out there I haven't been on the block, y'all, for like 2 months. About two, something like that, two. Close to 2 months now I haven't been out. Maybe even longer. So I got to get back out there. Probably this weekend. But my boy's not doing that well, so it's like he probably won't even pick up the phone and nothing like that. But we'll see. If it's not raining or something like that, I'm going to get back out there with the folk. Got to get out there with the folk and see what's up. Bring some wares out there. Oh, I can't do it this weekend. Have to be probably next weekend. Friday. Just let y'all know this. Coming in today, I have to let you guys know that I may be out because I was invited. Chief want me to go to, represent and bring some of my wares and stuff. So he wants me to represent with him. So I think I would do that. Even though we've been having severe weather. For us it's severe weather, but not for nobody else. We just call it severe weather. You gotta listen to me clip my nails, man. Because if I don't do them now, I'm gonna end up not doing them. Yeah. But anyway, welcome to the chat. Salute to everybody. Got a few questions and stuff, so we're gonna cover a little bit. So, this is a small subject today, or is it? It could be extensive, but it's something I just thought about. So it's like, it's funny because a lot of the time that the material or whatever I want to use or whatever I want to cover or whatever I want to do, a lot of the times sometimes it could be a week ahead of time, right? And sometimes it's just like I want to talk about one thing or I want explore something, and then it ends up being I end up scratching it like, no, I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about something else. And so we end up talking about something else. I know a lot of the other stuff still comes up. You guys know I probably know a little bit. I just don't. I'm not into the Twitters type of things and nothing like that. I do. There's ways to reach me though. So you don't have to waste your email. You guys know my name. All my mods, you guys know my name and stuff. So you guys can always find me. Don't go looking for me like, oh, what Eagle doing? I do personal shit. Don't try to find me, but just find my what do you call it? My IG and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I get distraught if somebody tried to find me. I mean, not if you try to find me, but it just gives me flashbacks of how I have to tell these people from now when they from these magazines and shit. Salute to Derek Bailey out there. I see you, brother. I have to start telling these people, hey, if you're gonna use my image and sell my image to other countries and stuff like that, then y'all need to cut me in. Y'all need to cut me in because give them a start because it's still a contract. Verbally, just gotta let them know verbally. Cause that's kind of weird anyway for me. I don't know. I'm not used to this new world. The way it is. I'm not used to it. It's kind of weird that they do the things they do. Hey, maybe Gil Cole's coming in because I put Keith's name up there, huh? But that's the big topic today. It's one of I just want to get people's opinion. I got my brother in here with me right now, so he can let me know if I got some personal stuff that I need to ask. I got some questions to ask you guys besides just that. I got other things. Yeah, I told you I was clipping these nails, man. I don't know why I'm addicted to clipping my nails, man. They not even like long, long. Just like a 16th. Is that about there? 16th, 16th of an inch. I'm like, no, I don't even like them like that. I like them when they barely stick out, like right there, like enough to be able to scratch your back. Actually, it feels good. I don't know how you guys feel, but when you first clip your nails, they're sharp. Cause I don't do that. I ain't no manicurist and stuff. I don't do all that female shit, and it's not necessarily female stuff. And so I don't want to. But I already presented it like that. But I don't. Um, I, I I got the filing. I got the whole kit thing, but I don't file. I used to file. Is that next what they call it, right? You file your nails. I used to file my nails, but now I just clip them because I think I can file them on my alligator skin. Because when I scratch, I like to feel that. Not some of the. Sometimes your nails cut too much, but I like to feel that like extra scratchy, like when scratching like that. That feels kind of good, man. But you make yourself itch. Oh, where my trash at? Yeah, I was panicking there because I had. So I like to. I don't know if you guys like rice. I don't like to. I shouldn't mess with it that much. But uh, any Chinese food, man. If you like Chinese food or Chinese style food, I give you something. What you do, it just takes a while. Make sure you have a nice sharp knife, and what you want to do is you want to mince up some ginger. There's two ingredients, right? Well, not two ingredients, four ingredients, but simple, all simple. It's things that you should have at the house. So you want to mince that up. You want to mince some scallions or green onions. You want to mince those up equal parts. Or depends on which one you like the most. Just mince those up, not very much, like maybe a half a cup. You don't even need a cup, like maybe a half a cup altogether between both of them. Once you mince them up, like maybe half, and then make sure you have a jar, nice glass jar, and so you want to cover them with salt. Mix some salt into them, it's like some sea salt. You put them in a jar and just stir it a little bit with some oil, so the oil covers up all the ingredients, right? And you can, I don't know if you can leave it out, but I usually refrigerate it. But you can use that. Put that on top of your, like when you get Chinese food or something, like see how much better that is. Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, so I'm gonna give you some time, Derek. Yeah, I got my friend, my neighbor. So she wants to come over. She wants to come by for a second, but to drop something off. Okay, so this is a question since you're in here participating. So what I wanted to know is, we grown ass men. I know you just 18 or whatever you are, but we still grown ass men. So am I wrong? Am I wrong for telling somebody to? Am I wrong for telling somebody that because I wanted to, I more or less wanted to have company. I wanted them to accompany me somewhere. I'm just gonna leave it like that, plain. Then I told them they promised to go in for the weekend, right, for work, and I told them to call. And 22, yeah, I told them to call in, and I told them to call in sick, even though they promised to go in. I say, yeah, just call in sick. Call in sick. A couple of days before or something like that. Just call in. And I was wondering, being a grown man, should you do that? I still do kid-like stuff. I'm sorry, man. I don't know. My brain ain't gonna grow up when it comes to, like, if I want to do something. Until I just can't move no more, I guess. When I'm moving like 1 mile an hour, then maybe I'll change up. But right now I'm like, you know what? Hey, call in sick. Tell them, hey, you know what's up. I know I shouldn't do that. I got a lot of stuff I got to do, man. That's fucking maybe I shouldn't do that. But hey, what can I say, man? Just let me know, man. Am I wrong? Or is it okay to still do that? Or is this ego shouldn't? Are you shaking your head like ego? Damn. Like, stop, ego. Yeah. So. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't. But, who knows? I did it anyway, so. I didn't get an answer back because they probably thinking he's something wrong with him. He shouldn't do that. And I guess, I don't know how true this is, but I guess they messed with Earl Spence so much he don't even want to fight for another 6 months. But yeah, I gotta pay attention to a lot of these fighters. A lot of these fighters are pretending like they want smoke, and I'm just not. You ain't. How do people put in demands? How are you putting in bad news to anybody or demands when you don't even have a title? You have never even fought for a title. Not even regular title. And you telling people, oh, you're going to do this. And you ain't going to do shit until we see it. Well, yeah. Yeah, that part right there, Derek said, well, if you weren't supposed to work anyway, yeah. Yeah, you could, yeah. Okay, so we got the guy... me and Derek got the guy thinking. We got the guy thinking cap on. So that's how we thinking. We thinking like that's what guy. Hey, if you wasn't scheduled, shit. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't scheduled, so. And if Earl don't fight for 6 months, I don't blame him. Because people play too much. Y'all playing all kind of games and shit. Earl don't feel like playing. Plus, he just got another car accident too. He just don't feel like playing with y'all. He doing business while after accidents, like you see his cars in both cases. His cars. Earl should be retiring right now. Ain't no telling what can be happening with Earl internally, man. So I wouldn't even care if Earl. I mean, it's just circumstances. I wouldn't even care if he retired myself. Not to keep him out of any fights, but, his health. Just retire, man. Let everybody else figure it out. If Earl retire, man, the welterweight division won't know what to do. People, they'll be scrambling everywhere. Keith will be fighting some bum for the WBC or something, WBA. It'll be a mess. The money will just drop. Yeah, no tune-ups. It won't be no tune-ups. Well, they may do some elimination for belts. So everybody's gonna be up there. Ortiz will probably be up there. Keith will be up there. Ennis will be up there. Bud is the only one that'd be ass out because he got a belt. So he'll be ass out. And shit, Porter would throw his hat back in the ring. My brother Sir Flame up in here. Yeah. You know what Sir Flame always say? He said salute to Eagles Web, said salute to the chat. He said, and as always, he said jab the like button on y'all neck. He said, don't get naked, Eagles Web Boxing. Got the fire up good with the 100 this time. Got the glove up good. Of course, them things, baby. Y'all know what it is? Yeah. Sir Flame said salute to Derek Beatty. Oh, sir. Sir, funny. Yeah, but you're right, though, Derek. Hey, I just wanted to make sure I had to talk to another man to make sure that I was making the right, like a man decision. You know what I mean? If you want to hang out with somebody and they was off, but they volunteered to go work, and then you tell them, hey, you know what I'm saying? You volunteered to work, so just call them up and say, tell them you sick or something. I don't know if the sick excuse. Shit, everybody used the fake sick excuse at one point in their career, and I'm gonna say like at least 99% of people who worked have used the fake or semi. I'm not gonna say all sicknesses was fake because we always sick, but I'm saying that the severity of your sickness, was such that you could have still went to work. There's been times where I could have went to work. I've done half days, and there's been times where I could have just went to work, and I said, you know what, I ain't feeling that good, you know, and I don't feel that good about going in anyway. Man, f these people. I took my time off. You see, but yeah, you know. Well, here's the thing: is hold on a second, because the girl was acting like a little bit, uh, like you know. I'll tell you in a second. Hold on. All right, right. I'm back, y'all. Ain't nobody forgot about y'all, man. I told Derek, man, you came here late, man. Don't come in here starting no shit, sort of thing. You came in here late, yeah. My neighbor had something for me. She said it reminds her of me. So let me show y'all, so Sir Flame can calm his ass down. This is what she gave me. And she has came to see me like dance and stuff like that. But yeah, see, she gave me that. You got the fur on him and stuff. He clean. Yeah, he's clean, brother. What y'all know about that? What y'all know? So, yeah, so she brought this over. And I told you I was expecting somebody to come over right now. Come on now. But yeah, back to the, so me and Derek's subject, yeah, she I'm gonna mess with her again because she's not really responding to she's not responding to the bad boy attitude of myself. Not bad like that, but hey, I'm trying to get this girl to take off work. Take off work. Come see about it. But I really appreciate her for giving me that. I'll probably flare it up a little bit. She got it in Dallas. But I'll probably do something to flare it up, fix it. It's nice just the way it is, but, I always like to add my own little touches and stuff. So, yeah, I might switch up a couple of things on it. Just to bring some more color into it, yeah. I can see exactly where I could add some, just a few little small things to it. Yeah, just to bring some color. Some blue and some yellow, things like that. Yeah, man, but I don't feel like rolling. I don't feel like rolling naked right now. But if I have to, I have to. Sometimes you want to roll with the guys. Most time you want to be with guys, to be honest. A lot of times you want to be with guys for certain reasons, And there's a lot of reasons to be with guys. Guys usually hang out with guys way more than they do with girls, though, because it's just hard to hang out with girls. The only time I hung out with girls is because I had 3 girlfriends, and they used to pay for everything. And so they was always come pick my ass up. So I was like, shit, hell yeah, we going to the club or whatever. It's like an exchange, I protect them and they feed me. That's it. But I'll tell you one thing about that situation is it's fun when you go somewhere and it's like you're unrestricted, but everybody's looking at you, but you're unrestricted for what your side, because they couldn't say nothing about what I did, but I could say stuff about what they did. Like I could look at a dude like, man, look at him a little bit harder, like, what you need over here, but they couldn't do that when it was opposite. If it was a girl, they couldn't really say nothing. Or nothing, or they could hype it up. They'd be like, oh yeah, she's cute, yeah, check her out, be like, okay, that's cool. It's good when you got girls with you like that, because all of them got different weighing systems when it comes to the other females. They can say, oh no, that bitch ain't no good. I'm like, okay, cool, bet. Yeah, Sir Flames laughing there. He said, laughing my ass off. He said, I told my job yesterday I wasn't feeling it. yeah. He go away and forgot about it. So, I told you, brother. Must have been the cutie came to the door. Oh, she came bearing gifts. No, that's somebody else, man. That's not the same. That's not the same person. That's somebody else. 2 different people we're talking about. The one I'm telling. I would show y'all. She just sent me a crying face. I know I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much. But yeah, I just want to see, I'm up to no good. I just want to see, I just want to see what kind of influence I have. That's all. But I may, so I may have a lot of influence. Or I might have 0 influence, but we'll see. Who knows? Girls are girls, so. Sometimes you got a lot of influence over them. Sometimes you don't have as much. But yeah, I gave you, so I give it to Sir Flame since he just got here. So what y'all do is if you got a food processor, if you can't mince it up, get some ginger. If you don't like ginger, don't even listen to what I'm saying. Get you some ginger and some green onions and chop them up together. Mince them up. Pretty fine. They don't not like powder, not that fine, but maybe come down to like a 16th of an inch, little squares, like that. Cover them, put like about a half a teaspoon of salt on them. Mix it up, like a half cup. Put it in a jar. Put some oil on top of that. Mix it up. Make sure the oil covers the ingredients. Put that in the refrigerator. Anytime you get some Chinese food, cover it up. Put that on your Chinese food, or sometimes if you just eating, ain't nothing to eat but some plain rice or something and a little bit of food, throw that on top, man. You're gonna enjoy it. I'm telling you, man. One of Eagle's secrets. I don't really have secrets. I tell stuff. Sometimes I just keep stuff. Like I'm not telling y'all everything. What? Now she should have never gave me her attention. Now I'm gonna act a fool. I'm act stupid now because hey, don't give me your attention because I'm the wrong one. If you start giving me your attention, you're gonna be in trouble because I'm gonna tighten the screws up on you. Like, oh, I know. I'm gonna make you use the I know. You're gonna be like, oh, I know. I should. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me check. Yeah. Look. I did tell you. Uh-oh, she's locking herself down. She said if I would have told her yesterday. But see, I did tell you yesterday. See, she's locking herself up now. She's gonna say the day before yesterday. You can't outthink me, and I'm not gonna forget for the most part. I might be forgetful. I forget a lot of things in here. Some of the stuff I've talked to you guys about, I forgot. But I never forget. I never forgot about the thing about the glove. All our little ventures. I never forgot about our fishing, hunting trips. A lot of stuff. I don't be forgetting all that shit. I just had to put it in the back sometimes, because somebody's always hitting me up with something. So it's either for me to go to a native, to be with the native people, the native folk, or to go to some kind of Kwanzaa stuff that they got going. I just ain't into all that. I ain't into all that old Kwanzaa shit. I'm not into it because I ain't part of that. I'm not. People just don't. You have to do the math. They talk about there's a thing called series of DNA. So if you believe in DNA, but anyway, hey, so they made it blow up in their own faces. So they talk about the series of DNA. So you look at, I think it's a baboon, something like that, orangutan baboon. So what they do is they have a series of DNA. And so you start off with, say, for instance, baboon is 5. Then you go to an ape. An ape is 6. A baboon's 4. So an ape is like 5. 4 is like a chimpanzee, like DNA series. And then you get all the way up to a gorilla, which is all the way up to a 6. So that means he must really be intelligent, which we know they are because they had that one gorilla, Coco, who used to do all the sign language and stuff like that. Very smart. Said that even before she died, she said that man is, tearing up the land. So she said man is, destroying shit. She said that on her own, with the sign language, And so that's a 6. And they say most of nations, like certain people, and I'm not trying to start no crap, that everybody has like a 6 series DNA. Europeans, Asians, and everybody. And then they said, and this was what they have known. They known that Africa has the people that have 9 series DNA. But that wasn't the end of the story. That was the end of that guy's story. But guess where they found 12 series DNA? They found 12 series DNA here in America and 15 series DNA. No, the higher beings. So the higher beings are actually from here. So if you want to be from a lower status, then be from a lower status. But that came from the the Aborigine people here, the Origine people from here. So it's just something you might want to just look into. I think the last one they did was 1996 genome series study, something like that, 1996. But check that out. Yep. But she came back and said what I told you. She said, yeah, but not early. Yeah, but she said. Yeah. She's gonna have to come up with the last word. The last word is not. Well, I got to make her stomach sick a little bit. You know, you got to make them feel a little bit bad. So that's what I'm trying to do. Back to boxing. So I don't know what you guys' thoughts are, but I'm thinking the way that this is turning out, it looks like Keith might end up being a gatekeeper. And if any of these straps leave Earl's hands, it's gonna be hard for him to fight and stay champ. If he does become champ, he might just be a fighter now. So we already know that we're gonna say that Chisora is bona fide and official as a gatekeeper. But I need you guys' thoughts on somebody, like say for instance AB. I need you guys' thoughts on that. What do you guys think? You guys think is he gonna end up being a gate? Is he gonna be a gatekeeper? So yeah, I know you guys got to keep hearing that. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, she went back a little bit. Yeah, she cut me off. She got the last word. She got to get the last word. Well, she ain't gonna let her get the last word, but. You said, let's see if AB actually fights for you. That's true though. That's absolutely true. I see you down there, D-Lo 404 boxing. Yeah, salute, brother. That's absolutely true. We got to make sure that AB actually fights, because AB can't even be a gatekeeper unless he fights. But Keith Thurman he might end up being just a boxer, just a gatekeeper, and a lot of these fighters, that list is starting to grow. I thought Sean Porter might be a gatekeeper, but he decided to be a quitter instead. He decided I'm gonna just be a quitter instead of being a gatekeeper. So like I said, we got Chisora Chisora's already locked in. Matter of fact, if you can name, there's probably some boxers that don't think they're gatekeepers, but are actually gatekeepers, especially in the heavyweight division. You got some fighters in there, they're gatekeepers, but they don't even know it. They haven't looked in the mirror yet. They haven't looked in the mirror yet to so to see that, hey, by the way, I'm a gatekeeper. Yeah, D-Lo's got his thumbs up. Yeah, that's right. He said I hit that thumbs up with the 100. He said, Igor, I appreciate you checking out my little foot in my mouth compilation vid. No, I loved it, man. I loved it. I went straight there, man. I didn't even waste, like, after the show. I think I didn't even waste 5 minutes because I know I had other stuff to do. I went straight there and checked it out, man. You had the same one. There's the same fights that I had. That was the same fights that I had. I mean, I didn't have this. That came to my mind right away. Those are two of the fights came to my mind, and then the Sugar Ray Leonard Hearns fight. I had totally forgot about that one. But there's been other ones, yeah, and then it's always the same. It's always these little dry mouth, pompous, either pompous or what do you call them? They got a certain arrogance about themselves. I can't think of the right word to call them, but it's always those announcers that end up with the foot in the mouth. It's always them. It's always them. The ones that they just like. They want shit to go a certain way. It didn't go the way that they wanted it to go. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you who's a troublemaker. I see you down there, D-Ray Promotions. Yeah, I'll tell you who's a troublemaker, and you guys can agree or disagree. I'll tell you who was really a troublemaker. People think, and Mayweather used to praise him. Oh, he went down the Hall of Fame and all that. It's Jim Gray. He's very much so a troublemaker. So much so that they put him in boxing. He's probably going to get beat up in other sports. He's probably going to end up getting beat up, but he knows fighters can't beat him up, But he's a trash mouth, and as he never wants to diffuse a situation. He always wants to concentrate on any. He's a stickler for picking out certain stuff that you might say in your conversation. He will pinpoint something that he feels might be. That he can turn into a negative connotation because he'll pretend like he's not street smart enough, to follow along with your narrative, i.e., or e.g., however you want to say it. When Tank was saying, at one point he was doing an interview and Tank was saying that there's no safety on this Glock. And then he said, he went straight into the whole American thing, talking about we don't want to talk about guns and stuff like that. That's not even what the message that Tank was trying to give out. He was just being colorful in a way maybe he shouldn't have been colorful in that sense. But how many times they have called certain people Machine Gun Kelly? They have called people all kinds of names, but doesn't necessarily mean that that's the purpose of the name. He's slick. And you guys know how I feel about somebody trying to be slick. I don't like nobody being slick. That's one thing I don't like it, man. When you try to be slick, I don't like it. Don't be slick. I'll try to make you eat your tongue, man. Stop trying to be slick, man. I'll try to knock your chin all the way down into your stomach. Stop trying to be all slick, man. I don't like that. When somebody talk to me slick, I said, no, man, because I've been through that. I've had situations where they have become potentially very deadly because of the slick mouth. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm saying. I don't have to say too much. I'm not one to always pick and choose my words, properly. Sometimes I just don't. So I don't care to pick my words properly all the time because I think that the audience out here now, because I got all my blue brothers out there, is they've been around enough that they understand ego. And they like, yeah, I know what you mean, Eagle. Yeah, some people just don't get it. And sometimes people do a little bit too much. Yeah, but he's trash. I don't care if he's Hall of Famer, he's trash. You know what I mean? I mean, they're supposed to, they've always been put in there to go against boxers, to try to undermine boxers, to show the old narrative that boxers are nothing but dumb jocks, dumb athletes. Athletes are very articulate or very smart. They don't have to be. And the smart people know that they don't have to be. They don't have to have a doctorate in speech. Because even if you go way back to the 60s and 70s, you had Howard Cosell used to do the same thing. But I like the way Howard Cosell did it. He was more masterful when he did it, and he was just like. And he was like more or less given, to be honest, Howard Cosell, a lot of people didn't like him. He was more or less, before he did a lot of stupid shit at times, but he was more or less educating. A lot of people don't like that, but he was actually educating with his verbiage. Because he would use words that fighters didn't know. And if they didn't know, they said, well, whatever that is, how would as long as it's good for us, as long as it's good for boxing, whatever. Then he would find somebody who could articulate right back with him. You understand? Yeah. But no problem to Derek said he picked up that new 14. Derek, you know what? I was actually going to go at one point and go get a phone. I said, you know what? I'm not spending that kind of money on phone. I'd rather get two. I'll get me two. I'll get me that Google phone, or I'll get me another. I'll get me another Moto or something like that. I'll stick with the Android, man. I can get 3 Androids for the price of. I mean, not all levels of Androids, but I can get 3 good enough phones. Rather than, I'm like, would I rather have 3 phones that I can turn off and on? Because you can do that. So I can get them all registered, have them all turned on. I just have them I'll turn one on at a time. So 3 phones versus 1 phone. I'll take the 3. Because even if I don't use them for phones, I can use them for other stuff. I looked at, like I said, man, they're going to give me, I like $230 or $240 for my phone. Now, if they gave me that same amount and the other phone was on sale, then probably I would do that. I'll see you down there. D-Lo put down Dylan White. Yeah, Dylan White. Yeah, but see, and that's a classic example. I'm glad that D-Lo put that one up, because that's a classic example of somebody who is a gatekeeper that don't know that they're a gatekeeper. He don't even know. He's oblivious to the idea that he's a gatekeeper. Dude, you're a gatekeeper. You have absolutely no way to move up unless you get a new brain, new chin, new head, new set of skills, new stamina, new punching power. It's too much stuff you need new in order for you to be anything other than a gatekeeper that doesn't know that they're a gatekeeper. Oh no, I don't try to be. Hey, y'all don't take me wrong, man. I don't try to be so harsh as my language is sometimes, but I just am, because that's how we do it in here. Because it's a different forum here than other forums. I don't get into all the different dynamics, and I don't try to. I look at what I see and I say, okay, you should be able to do this, you should be able to do that. I don't go back and say, oh, this is the kind of fighter this fighter is, because when you say this fighter is this type of fighter, and then you match them up with certain people, then that blows your whole theory out the water, because you still have to go back to everything that you talk about in boxing does not necessarily fit, because now you're talking about styles that make fights. Okay, you can't say that. If you say a fighter fights a certain way, then you can't say styles make fights. If you put it, because if he changes his style to win a fight, then you can't, And if you're profiling him and putting him on one level, one stat, oh, this is how he fights, that's it. Then if he changes up, then that takes away from that whole. Then you have to change your whole story. Well, he adapted for this fight, did something different. Instead of going into the fight, you should be saying that this is how he usually fights, but in this fight he won't be able to do this. And I do like Al Bernstein for that, because Al Bernstein, he does give out some tips. He's kind of wrong sometimes, but he does. At least he tells the story that a fighter does have to make adjustments. At least that's the bottom line of what he's really saying, is that you do have to make adjustments in there. Yeah, but no problem on that. Yeah, I'll check you guys, man. Every time I get time, man. Hey, you guys got anybody should have my IG anyway. You guys know my name, so you guys should always have my IG anyway. So if you need to throw me something, just throw it there, because a lot of times I don't get on. I won't get on YouTube, but I do try to check my email as much as possible, and it does pop up on my phone. Yeah. But no, Derek, I ain't picked that shit up. I hope AB is serious about his preparation and work ethic. Yeah, you got that right. He better be. I don't know. AB, I'm scared of AB more than anybody. I'm scared for AB. It's like, I don't know what this guy's doing. I don't know. Yeah. But Dylan White, well, who else you guys got? But Derek Bay says, salute to D-Lo 404. D-Ray Promotions got that thumbs up. And then also, Derek Bailey is at D-Ray. D-Ray, why you ain't saying hi to the brothers and sisters, man? We don't play that up in here, man. Y'all put the respect on everybody, man. Come on. Y'all salute each other back out, man. I know you might be busy, but just go on back and salute each other out. Come ahead with that. Ain't no special arrangements and special treatments up in here. Yeah, they better just, Derek and them better recognize. D-Ray come in here like, y'all, Derek and them better try to recognize me. Okay, hold on. Yeah. That's she trying to clown me now, talking about that I'm funny. Ain't nobody trying to be funny. I'm serious. I'm serious, brother. You still there, Sir Flame? Did you already see it? Let me show Sir Flame and D-Lo on them. See? Somebody just dropped this off. Hmm? Yeah, my neighbor just dropped this off for me. Y'all likes it? Y'all likes. Yep. Eagle. Yeah, we always got to pick it up, man. So I got that, man. Picked that up. Didn't pick it up, but y'all know it just got dropped off over to the house right now. So drink my medicine water. Yeah, oh, quah. Yeah, but I know, Derek, I know y'all got some more ideas out there besides just Dylan White. But there's a lot of people that's going to be gatekeepers and stuff. And I can see that the script is being written for a lot of these fighters. And D-Lo, you put down Dylan White. But there's other fighters that script might be written for them. We can't just get excited. And we can't think that, that everything positive is going to go for certain fighters just because they still in the game. I'm just saying, we can't get all excited for him, because we don't know. We don't know if Earl's going to be in boxing. Like I said, if I wouldn't even be mad at Earl if Earl, quit boxing. He has a better excuse to quit than anybody. As long as he got his finances together, he just forget it. The shit just didn't work out. He's still going to be a Hall of Famer. Just didn't work out for me. It didn't work out the way that I needed to work out. All these accidents and stuff, man, you don't know what the accident does to you internally. And I found this out like years ago, is that you should always, if you're driving, especially if you're going to have any speed related to your driving, is that you should always have your windows cracked open. And a lot of people don't understand what that is or why you should do that. And the reason being is just like if you took a can, like you know how you have a can of soda and you empty it, right? And then you say, for instance, you seal it up with something, like put some tape over it so the air won't escape. And then you step on it and then look at the damage to the can and just imagine those forces that happen. So what happens when you get in that kind of an accident is it does something to you because you have a quick change of what they call it barometric pressure when it's just from outside. But when you are stuck in a can like that, that pressure goes straight into you. It goes into your body before it goes out of the car. And so that's like pressure. So just think about it, like pressure, like air compression. That's what they call air compression. And you need high enough air compression you can blow up tires, right? So just think about that. So it's like that high air compression hits your body, and that could do a lot of damage because you have a lot of open areas. Your orifices are open, like your nose, that's open, your mouth, your eyes, ears, all that stuff is where pressure can get through. And if it goes through the ears, maybe that can do a lot of damage to your brain. Same thing with if it goes through the nose or mouth, same thing. So that was just a little tip. So that's just a little tip that I want to give you guys. Yeah. Okay, so you guys didn't bring this up, and let's maybe check to make sure you guys didn't bring this up. But anyway, I guess Tank Davis got in a little bit of trouble again. Of course, they got to put up a mugshot. Yeah, Lala D, she had put up a little video about that. Yep. Yeah. So she had put that up, and she was because she was kind of berating the Mayweather channel for putting it up, saying that Tank was in trouble with the law again. And I'm like, you know what? It's not good coming from that forum. It's not good coming from anybody. I mean, if you're gonna report it, or if we do report stuff like that, then maybe we got to be a little bit light. But then again, Tank, that's his second strike for me, or second or third. So it's no more for him. So from now on, he does get the business. He gets the business from now on if something like that happens. Yeah. So he will get the business. So not playing, can't play around with him anymore. It's like, you got a child now. You got to do the right thing. And also, just thinking about it, when you guys are grew up in a certain way, when you guys are so streetwise and all that, to be honest, I don't see you having those type of mistakes. I just don't. I don't see you having those kind of mistakes because in the background of your mind, you're always hearing, what, don't do this, don't do. You're always hearing that. You always got somebody pointing at you, what not to do and what to do. Because you wasn't raised somewhere where you're not just gonna be exposed to all types of situations, especially if you city, and not just city, but if you deep in certain areas, not necessarily, don't have to be projects, but if you just deep in the hood somewhere. Yeah. So I will say that. So maybe I'm giving you too much of an escape, or maybe I'm just, maybe I'm being harsh. I don't think I'm being harsh because I'm not really saying anything bad. I'm not berating you, or I'm not saying anything. But a lot of people are going to, be a little bit harder on you. They're going to be a little bit harder. And, people like to say stuff to make everybody feel like a certain way. Like, you may turn into they're going to turn into a troll. They're going to troll you and say that you're trying to get out of fights. You know what I mean? That's what they're going to say. They're going to say you trying to get out of fights and all. They're going to say all kinds of stuff. So I would say that the best thing to do is to, keep everything tight, man. So that way we don't even have to hear it. We don't have to report. We don't have to go back and forth about it. There's just, because we got enough to worry about. And we're not getting the fights. And we're going to end up not getting the fights that we want to get. Derek say they released a 911 call from that incident. Oh, man. See? And that's what I'm saying, man. That's what you don't want on your side. And I'm surprised none of y'all actually responded to me talking about like Jim Gray, because Jim Gray is a lot of people like him, love him, or what? Oh, he's great. No, believe me, he a troublemaker. The one thing about me, man, is I've been I'm not gonna say paranoid, but I've been a studier of certain people. Well, I try to study everybody, but I'm a studier of certain people when it comes to, their position, what they bring to, sports or whatever else. And that's what I have to do, is that I have to pay attention to you. I got to pay attention to make sure that everything is on the up and up. Because the one thing about me, you guys already know, my main thing is that slick talk. When you start doing all that slick, I'm like, he being slick. And slick talk don't mean that you know, it's not always gangster talk or something like that. Slick is just, it's just listening to, like I said, when you listen to Jim Gray when he's talking about Tank David, when Tank David said ain't no safety on this Glock, as he was just, it was not that, it was more of a metaphor. It wasn't what Jim Gray tried to, oh, well, wait, hold on, we don't need to be talking about, guns and stuff, gun violence, when the country is going through such and such or what. I'm like, oh, here we go. And they always kind of pull that type of shit. They're all troublemakers because they're on the fly journalism. Instead of just coming clean with, just straight, direct, quotes and stuff, they always got to come out with all this extra shit. Like let me trip them up this way. Because you know what? They're not the one in the spotlight. But they try to make themselves the focus. You just, at that point, you just an interviewer that ain't going to get that's not going to hire nobody or nothing else. That's all you more or less doing. You just an interviewer. Just be an interviewer. Stop all that other shit. You know what I mean? Stop all that extra stuff. You just an interviewer. Stop trying to make yourself bigger than the stars. So you can go back and say, oh, look what he said. Look what I got him to say. Well, that's in your form. Instead of saying, look what I got him to say, you should be waiting for the praise and say, oh, man, that's a great interview. I like your questions, man. When the athlete respects you and say, I like your question, that was very good. That was a very intellectual question. That's when you should feel like a great journalist. You shouldn't feel great because you undermine somebody or you try to trap somebody or you try to change the narrative up. I'm just getting on you, some of you old media at the same time. Right, that part right there, Derek. He said America has always been a violent country. Yep. They built the country on behind guns. Yeah, of course. Well, they took over the country. See, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Is America, Ty Mary, which they didn't change the name very much. Ty Mary was already here. It was already here. We already built this country up. Hundreds and thousands of years. Already, all these buildings. You guys, people don't sit down and think, man. All these old school buildings that they can't recreate, you think their ancestors made that stuff? No, of course they didn't. But do you know who can recreate that stuff? You know who can recreate it? Or if they connect back with themselves, they can recreate it. A lot of stuff is missing out of these buildings. And see, even I know, a lot of people don't understand this, but even I know that even when you make buildings, that instead of when they make all these foundations and stuff for buildings and stuff, that's not the best way to do it. The best way is to have a core, which would be the center of a building before you have all this other stuff. Now, I don't want to say too much. These people think they can pick up on something. But I was actually thinking about doing a depiction, man, which I got to get me a bigger canvas and I'm going to get some help. I got to do this. I got to get this done before spring. I think I got enough paint. And so I just want to I'm going to do my own depiction of something that is well known in the United States. And the reason I want to do it is just so people can open up their mind. I just want people to be able to open up like, oh shit, that's different. But you know what? I have a lot of, even when it comes to, when it comes to my dreams, man, my dreams are so vivid, man, and clearer than real life. A lot of the stuff that I see, it's like, why am I seeing this stuff, man? And it's so perfect. It's like, how, you ever think about that? How does your mind, if the dreams are not real, how does your mind picture this stuff? How do you picture certain stuff in dreams? I'm not saying every dream is completely true because some stuff is just kind of faded and crazy. But when you have like something that's so vivid, like you can recreate it if you can wake up fast enough to before your mind, because your brain tries to erase everything you dream about. But if you could just, like, if your mind would just think like, oh, wow. If you could retain that, because it's so vivid, it's like, wow. It's so big. And a lot of stuff is so huge. It's like, wow. Where'd this come from? How does your mind paint those kind of pictures in a dream? Especially if you're not even a person that's artistic. That's even more. You can't, a lot of times you can't even explain it. Yeah. These are like great points, Igor, especially on Gray. I'm just unable to type. Okay, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, D-Lo. I'm just rambling on right now because I'm just talking about it. Because I just said that because these guys are put in place to, that's what, because like I said earlier, it goes back to the whole different, they were always talking about, how certain people were the gorillas in sports and they let it slip out anyway. They have let it slip out. Who was that? I don't know if it was Howard Cosell or what's his other guy's name? Because another guy, two of them got fired. Jimmy the Greek, or I got to go back and listen to it. But one of them was saying, I think both of them might have used this term though. They're in football because they both did football too. So they were, look at that monkey run. Look at the monkey run. So these people, it's not coincidence. We got to stop thinking it's coincidence that they put certain people in certain positions. They always put the ones that look kind of safe or just like make them goofy. Like, oh, he don't really know. Did he set it that way? And so that way when when you catch them and check them, so that way when you catch them and check them, what happens is they're easier to clean up after. You see what I mean? They're not going to put somebody who was, that came to prominence after after having a hard life and growing up in the hood and stuff like that, but happens to be a different color. They're not going to put them in there because they won't be able to clean up after them like that. They're going to put somebody in there that said they went to law school or did 6 years in there, got a master's or got a doctorate or something like that. They're going to put them in there to make them so that way if they ever had to clean up after them, it's easier to clean up, which is all still bullshit, and they have gotten us like that like forever. So that's what I always watch. I'm like, well, what is he? Let me just hear what he says. Even the guy that I like, he's the color commentator to me. He's like a colorful commentator for boxing. Is Morrell, right? I can't never. You guys know what I'm talking about. The guy they put him in, and he's from Canada. They put him in and said he already has like certain issues. Do you see what I mean? But then they'll put somebody in that's been in boxing or something like that. As soon as they say something, they cut them. Or they suspend them for a while, make them come back and apologize. Like a Bernard Hopkins can only say so much. Certain people can only say so much, but they think we don't see it. And a lot of times we just don't, because that's old media. Nuh-uh. Listen to what old media is, what kind of questions they asking and stuff like that. And that's why I'm happy that sometimes boxers and athletes just skip over when they see they trying to set them up, they just skip over them. Even Ali used to say it. He said, but I mean, the way he would put it, he was playing, but he was serious at the same time. All white men always trying to get two brothers to fight when they ain't supposed to be fighting right now. Something like that. And he would say it in a playful manner, but it's truthful. It's truthful information. Whether you want to take it and give me a thumbs down or whatever you want to do. Oh, I ain't going to mess with Eagle no more. He's trying to start shit. However you want to think it. I've been around longer. I might have been around a little bit longer than you. I think I know. And plus, I'm exposed to this shit all the time. I always see something. This is my real Ronaldo, yeah. But these guys is always, they, like I said, they come predisposed to be able to say stuff, and they're gonna get off easier because of their status. Sometimes they'll sacrifice one of them, but a lot of times you can tell which one is going to get sacrificed. You could tell right away. Like, you could tell. I mean, when it happens, you'll put it together like, oh yeah. Of course they're going to sacrifice him. It's almost like when you watch some of these shows, like when you have a television series, like say, for you got a detective series or whatever, and they put a new guy in, versus the star. Something happens bad, it's gonna happen to not the star, it's gonna happen to the guy that they just threw in there. So somebody gets killed or shot or something like that, it's gonna happen to him. It's not gonna happen to the star. Or if it does happen to the star's gonna get okay. He's gonna be okay. Everybody's gonna be pulling for him. But the guy in the background, like, oh, he's just new. He just got here. He was a stupid rookie. They can always say rookie mistake or something like that. But yeah, just don't try to play us, because, I'm gonna talk about certain stuff to enlighten my people when they come through at the same time. Because we always, in Eagles Web Box, we talk about this in a grown way. Like I said, I don't need to go back all into your amateur career and all that. I don't care nothing about that. Because I'm talking about how you fighting like right now. I mean, later on I can talk about, remember how you fought such and such? Yeah. Or sometimes I'll bring something up like that for comparison. But I'm not going to sit there and try to do your whole career when it comes to one fight. You know what I mean? I mean, not the total analytical part of it, but I might say, oh yeah, he's going in there. We know he has, he has this skill, he has the punching power, he has the, But a lot of times you might play your own self when you say somebody got such ring IQ, because even Sugar Ray Leonard played himself when he thought that Mikey Garcia had so much ring generalship and IQ, and he's just Mikey and all that. A lot of people made that mistake, and they don't want to admit to it. Because you don't want to make that mistake when you're a professional. Oh, yeah, I'm a professional fighter. And you make that kind of mistake in front of everybody. Like, oh, shit. Earl beat the stuffers out that boy. And he changed that whole boy's career. Like I said, he beat his decisions out of him. Yep. But you're right about your assessments too, though, Derek. Yep. It's always been violence. Yep. Yep. Yeah, Derek again. He said imagination. He said everything was an adventure idea before it was created. Yeah, you're right. Everything had to be something. Because even if you think about it, so some people believe in creation, some people don't. So even if you look at it like that, so the image that I can understand, the image that I have, any image that I have, if I was made from an imagination, then I can only be as great as what was put into me. I cannot imagine heavier than the person who imagined, who I was their imagination. I can't get higher than that. But a lot of people think they can get to such higher levels. You cannot. You can only go so far. The reason you only go so far is because you started somewhere. And every component that was in you was put in there. So that's as far as you can go. There's some things you just can't imagine. Like, even if you imagine it, you can't put it together. And they try that, and that's why they have so many failures, is because they try to do more than what their imagination will actually allow them to do. Because they want to bring in other sources to help out their imagination. But there are certain things that we have that we don't know. There's certain powers we have that we don't know, that's undiscovered. They will say it's undiscovered, but guess what? They knew we had it. And just believe me, that this deception is so bad that they are actually destroying stuff as I speak. Here in this country, they are actually destroying stuff like things that's on walls and caves and on the side of cliffs and stuff like that. And they haven't discovered all of it. It's just that they happen to come across something. So, oh shit, we got to get rid of this. I even seen a video, a real live video. I seen a video where they were up in a cave in a mountain, and they had a flamethrower going inside there so they can get rid of the hieroglyphs. Who does that? Who does that? But they pretend like archaeology is a science to where they're looking into the past, or they want to know about the past. But at the same time, you got archaeologists on one side, and then you got people that destroy on another side. Yeah, but just don't trust none of these people, man. That's why it's good when you watch fights and you only listen to the commentary. But then again, after the fight, then you replay the fight, then you listen to the commentary. After about the second or third time, then you listen to the commentary so you can hear what kind of bullshit they were saying. So you can hear Paulie saying, oh, give credit to Brazil. As soon as he says, give credit to Brazil, Then Wilder comes right back and knocks Brazil's, uh, soul out of his body. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, Derek Bay said it was Cosell and Jimmy the Greek. Yeah, both of them. Yeah, yeah, that was Cosell that said, "Look at that monkey run." Yeah, but the Greek got in trouble for the gorilla monkeys. Well, and a lot of this is what I don't understand is you had. So we'll go there, Derek. Do you know that you actually had a specific? I'm not gonna try to put him out there who it was, but you had a specific so-called black leader. I said so-called. That nobody's black. But a so-called black leader that was actually agreeing with Jimmy the Greek. Because Jimmy the Greek was getting drunk, I think. I think he had been drinking. And he was talking about, and no means was I don't know how I got the clip. But he was talking about how they used to put the big black woman with the big black man. And that's how people became so athletic. But then again, and you have a black leader agreeing with that, but guess what? That blows up in your face is because our genes are different and we put out certain athleticisms and arts from just our genetics. It has nothing to do with size. You can have two big people to get together or whatever. You got a giant of a dad and a medium-sized mom, and then the kids come out all over the place or little. You can have two small parents and end up with a giant. It's bigger than what you see. Because just because I see something, that doesn't mean that's what the byproduct's going to be. That's what you would think it's going to be. How many small parents end up with a giant in the family like, oh shit, we got to feed this monster? I've seen them. I got friends like that. Where the parents ain't necessarily that big, and then they got a giant, they got a monster in the house that they got to feed. They got to feed his ass, and shit, he eat more than both of them put together. Matter of fact, all kids eat more than you do when they growing up. Kids do not get full unless it's a special occasion. If it's not a special occasion, kids will not get full. They can eat all damn day long. They can. If you try to cut them off at 7 o'clock at night, they still want dessert or something. They can still eat. But that whole thing of, putting two bigs together, that doesn't work. That's what they try to do. So, and just because you put two, I'm going to start some trouble. Just because you put two Neanderthals together don't mean that, you're going to get a specimen out of that. You're going to end up with a crazier Neanderthal. That's what you're going to end up with. But you can end up, muting yourself. And that's what is happening in America is everybody, and Derek Bailey agrees with me on this one, that we already see that. And I just don't want to, because our champ, our greatest, his resemblance is already gone. At least in one part of his family. And I'm just going to say it that way. I'm not cold talking, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Because our greatest, when we talk about this sport, our greatest, the namesake is gone. The likeness is already gone. And that's what they try to encourage us to do because they want, to be honest, I could see them wanting to have ambiguity when it comes to even nations orientation, whether it be physical or sexual orientation. They want it to be so ambiguous to where they could, when they start making laws, they could really screw you up with these laws. By you making yourself ambiguous, then they have a lot of laws that just don't fit you. Well, what are you? Well, I'm such and such. I said, well, you're not allowed to go here. There's only A and B here. There's only man and woman here. You can't come here. You can't go in this bathroom. You can't go in here. So they're trying to they're screwing everything up. But like I said, a lot of things I tell you, just take heed to that. That as I speak to you today, that they are in the process of destroying your ancestry as I speak. Matter of fact, the biggest, when I'm starting to figure this out, is the biggest destruction, not construction area in the U.S., the biggest destruction area in the U.S. is that Grand Canyon. Because first of all, how did it become grand? And what does grand mean? Huh? Was it always grand? It might have been great before it was grand. And was it always a canyon? Was it always a canyon? Was it always a canyon? A lot of these areas, were they always looking like that? It's like I said, they just still destroy stuff right in front of you. And they're going to, the reason they will win is because the participation of the people. That's why they will win. Because all the elders are going now. All the elders are dying off. All the stories are gone. We don't get to spread stories. I still share, but the elders are leaving. These waves of sicknesses has really taken a toll on the elders. And you got elders just still trying to tell you who they are. They telling you. They're telling you about the whole the history. His story is just his story. It's not the truth. It's the difference between history and truth. There's a big difference. Especially when you look at it and you see that they have maps from the 1500s that were totally accurate. Even when it came to Antarctica, it wasn't always ice. There was a way that ice ended up being created. And that's what people have got to grow to know. It's not an Eagles lecture, but I'm just letting you know that there's bigger things. We talk about this boxing and we do a lot of other stuff, but there's bigger things out there. There's things that you have to realize that you got to pass on. Like, I was always told not to trust. You don't trust these men. Don't trust them. I had somebody in my family just recently told me something that I would never expect. You know how you have people in your family that never speak up? They just never say certain stuff. And you would never expect them to say something, and then all of a sudden they hit you with something. They hit you with something that's so enlightening that you just, wow. You don't even speak. And you said that? Something comes out. Then you know that you're headed in the right direction. When somebody realizes something that you know and they never even speak. But they're a real good observer that people don't think they observe stuff, but they observe. See? Anyway, Eagle's been rambling on. Sorry about that, y'all. You know how I get, man, when we start grown folks talk, man, you already know. You already know. See how we never get our discussion done? We never get our discussion done. But at least I got some ideas thrown at me. You guys hate certain people. Not really. I don't know if you guys hate them, but D-Lo had to he threw Dylan White out there quick for as like gatekeepers and stuff like that. We never even got to Keith Thurman. But Keith, you better do yourself a reality check, son. Is you may just end up just being a boxer. You might just end up being a gatekeeper. Because right now, 147 is a mess. 135 is starting to shape up, but at the same time, you got a lot of you guys with these O's, you guys are running. And we just talked about this like last show. I'm like, you guys are running all over the place. Where the hell are you guys going? You guys running all over the place. Yeah. Y'all running scared as hell. But guess what? All of you can't keep your O anyway. You can't. Well, you can if you just, you're a gatekeeper. If you just drop down like, I don't feel like competing like that no more, I'm going to fight. Excuse me. I'm going to fight 4 more fights and I'm out. Keep my O and I got to go. I hit my championship. That's it. Shit, Haney could easily do that. Haney could defend 2, 3, 4 times and just quit. Or just drop out of the business. Relinquish the belts. Wow. That's bad. We got bad looks. But we're gonna look forward to the Derek. We're gonna and D-Lo. We gotta look forward to AB because he's there. So we gotta look forward. We're gonna see what y'all's little brother do. Cause y'all don't never, I don't know what it is, but y'all just don't never give up on AB. Now we ain't giving up on AB. That's our boy. Y'all don't never give up on AB. and I promise you, I really do. I don't want AB to get stressed out or nothing. I'm just saying, I don't want to see him stretched. But you never know. He might end up stretched, man. You know, like, damn, AB got stressed. And Derek been pulling for him all this time, and he sit there and got, like, completely stretched. You know, I'm not hoping for that. Oh, here we go. In the Jay Brown. What's up, Jay? We ain't seen Jay Brown in so long. Look at that. He said Jay Brown said salute the Eagles. Let me see if I missed anything. Okay, Derek said that was Cole Sale. Okay, Morale and salute Eagles. Jay Brown salute back to the brother. And I see who else is it? Ryan. We was talking about Ryan earlier. Yeah, there go Ryan. Ryan come in and talk about F-Take. He said fight a champion, not a woman. Probably say it was sparring. Oh, stop. I'm not gonna get into it. He's out, so evidently it wasn't that big. If he's hitting women. I doubt if he's really hitting women. Women, you know what? One thing you gotta understand, Ryan, is here in the U.S., women exaggerate. I don't know if they do that over in your country, but over here, believe me, they exaggerate over here, brother. They do. They exaggerate. So they, they might say anything. I'm gonna call. I've heard them plotting. I've heard women plotting and stuff. A woman will get you shot by police over some bullshit. And then afterwards be like, well, why did you shoot him or something? They'll get you shot. Why would you call somebody with guns up in the first place over argument? So you're gonna call men with guns because you arguing. If you that scared, you shouldn't talk to nobody without having a knife on you. You should be talking with a knife with your knife in your lap, and your hand on it, a big knife, not no little knife. That's the way you should be sitting around. But we got too many people just willing to call somebody who can kill them over an argument. It's not always domestic violence. I wasn't there, so I don't know. So I'm not automatically going to jump on against him or something like that because there has to be a process that they got to go through to determine what was going on. And I'm not going to be that one trying to determine that. AB beats all them boys. There we go, Jay Brown. Jay Brown all over it. Derek Baker said salute to Jay Brown. Jay Brown. Derek Baker salute fam. Yeah, Derek Baker salute at Ryan the work. Yeah, Ryan right, but Ryan he can't salute Derek, but he got previous. Look at him. He all over. And I'm gonna tell you because Ryan don't like Tank. That's why Ryan come here with that. Yes, salute Derek. But he said he got it. I don't get involved in that personal business. I keep strictly boxing. There you go. And we try to do it, but they, like I said, people will bring up certain stuff, and I'll talk about it for a second. But like I said, when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's a process. And we've had too much shady stuff happen with even boxers. When it comes to boxers and our American athletes and females, there's been a lot of stuff that happened that's very, very suspicious. Even if you talk about the Tiger Woods, even when you talk about the amount of money that he had to pay for cheating. Because you cheated? You got to pay that kind of money? And how hard is it? I'm going to be honest. I could be strong, but I never had that kind of money like that. And how strong, I'm telling you, man, it's hard to be strong when you got, everywhere you go, you know you're going to have 20, 30 supermodels, look better than supermodels, chasing you, leaving you notes, leaving you items, keys, and everything else. And you don't want to, ain't no punk. You don't want to be seen as a punk. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? But we don't know Jay Brown because cause AB might be on his way to being a gatekeeper, brother. Yeah. Yeah, he might, like I said, he might end up being a gatekeeper. Well, I doubt. He said, hold back. He said, you know, that hope that bitch gets blummed in jail. God dang. See, Ryan, he just can't stand Tank for some reason. He said, I don't like Tank, don't like Mike Tyson, Floyd. They all done shit to women. But Ryan, you're not under our same judicial system. There's some of us in here. You got people that come to my chat, and probably 50% of us have been in trouble over some bullshit. Believe me, I've been in trouble over bullshit. You know, when I started doing this show, I had just got off of probation when I started this. I think I had a year left. I don't even know. Derek can tell you. I think I had a year left. You know, it's always over some. Believe me. There's a lot of bullshit that they do to us, and you have to listen. Go to a different forum and you'll see. Because they have some things where they got these First Amendment auditors and stuff, and they got people that cop watchers and stuff like that actually watch our police. And I'm not saying all the police is bad and nothing like that, but they actually watch them in different cities, and you can see police sitting there lying and saying how they gonna set you up. Well, I can take you to jail for this. I can make up some shit. You know, I could put you in the holding cell and make up some shit by the time, you know, to make sure you get locked up. They do shit like that. And like I said, a lot of women, I've been around enough of them, they get sensitive enough to just make up some shit. And so I'm not gonna really go there. I know the system has already taken care of like Mike Tyson and all that. As hard as Mike Tyson hit, I doubt if he battered a woman or done some of the shit that they said, because of how do you hold back that kind of power when you're mad? That's all I know is when you got that kind of power, how do you hold it back? How do you like just tap your girl? Like I just barely touched her. Some people that's mentally unstable, I would say that. And I would say that a lot of times the girls just, you know, a lot of times you don't understand our girls over here. And I'm not making up excuses for the girls, but some of our girls over here, they out of pocket, man, with a lot of their mouthpieces. They will almost force you into strangling the shit out of them. And I'm not into the domestic violence. I don't want nobody to strangle a woman or nothing like that. But some of them, they would damn near make you do that. There's a clip where a guy didn't hit a woman. I don't know if y'all ever seen it. There was a clip where a guy just sitting there, the girl was calling him all kinds of names, calling him punks and sissies, and she actually knocked his ass out. She flatlined his ass, right? He didn't do nothing to deserve that, right? And then they show another girl tries the same thing, beating up on the guy, and the guy cracked her back. Do you think he really got in trouble? After they watched the video, do you think he really got in trouble? No, he didn't. But a lot of these cases, they don't have videos. So there's a law, a line to be drawn. Do you run, or are you always in a position to run from a girl? And I'm gonna tell you, here in the U.S., from where I grew up at, women can be some of the most evilest species between man and women. They can be the most evil of the species. I grew up with them, so I know what they are capable of doing. I've been hurt growing up by them. So I know it's different, man. You guys over there, girls a little bit different, but over here, a girl will kill you over here. And have. As a kid, I seen a girl empty a clip into a guy and she wasn't even fighting with him. It was two guys fighting. And her ass ain't had no business out there, messing around. She should just let them fight. Think about it. They're fighting hand to hand. One's bigger, of course. The little one should have just got his ass up out of there. Sometimes you can't get out, but I'm quite sure that the big guy wasn't going to like take him out. But yeah, she just emptied the clip into the big guy. In front of everybody, in front of kids and everything, right? So it's like, you know, I don't want to talk about gray areas and nothing like that, but every situation is a little bit different. And if we're not there, we can call it any way that we want to call it, but that doesn't make it truthful. Yeah. Jay Brown said he don't. He said I don't hold back. You know that hope that bitch gets bumped in jail. Yeah, I know. I don't like Tank. Yeah, Mike Tyson, Floyd. Okay, Derek Bay said lock you up under someone else's name so they can't find you in the system. Right. And that's another thing that happened to us that Derek brought up. That's strong right there though, Derek. That's too strong, brother. You bringing up too much right there though. Derek said lock your ass up. Talking about put your ass under John Doe or something and lock your ass up in your family and nobody can't find you. They don't know nothing about what happened to you. That's how our system works, man. And a lot of people don't even know the law. Don't you know it's actually illegal? It's illegal to lock you up without taking you to a judge first. But a lot of people don't even pursue that. And why wouldn't you have, there should be a law firm, a law office that actually tells you what the law is. When it comes to criminal law, there should be so many people getting off. Because if you don't see the judge, you ain't got no business being in jail. But they do it opposite here. They say, "I will wait until Monday so you can see the judge. You're going to have to sit up in this cell for a while first." Man, because people, they get you for all kind of this dumb shit. I mean, I like to play my music sometimes. I used to go out to the beach and play. I was playing my drum one time, and they arrested me for playing my drum. They arrested me. They actually took my ass to jail. But while the gate was still up, I asked them how long I was going to have to stay before I got to go see the judge. And they told me 3 days. I said, man, F that, man. I said, I ain't about to go in there. I said, just give me my ticket or whatever. Because I wasn't going to take no ticket. But guess what happened when I went to court? I wasn't even on the docket. I wasn't nowhere listed on there. They sent me. I had to go to court. But then when I got to court, the judge, it was already thrown out. The judge like, I'm not going to see that shit. Why am I even going to see that? He was playing, he's playing music. And sometimes the shit is just so ridiculous. Even the judge is like, no, I can't even. They like, F that. You said they ain't been charged with hitting the baby's mom and the baby F Tank. I really don't think so, to be honest. I just don't think so. I don't think it actually happened. Because like I said, you cannot pull, when you are mad as a guy and you know how to fight and all that, you don't pull no power. You don't pull nothing. They would have been in such a bad shape to where, you know what I mean? To where it wouldn't have been no question. And that's just my understanding on it. That it wouldn't have been any kind of questions. And usually fighters don't do that. I mean, my dad never touched my mom. It just doesn't, I don't know. It's just, like I said, same kind of areas and stuff like that. It don't really happen like that. I've seen girls beat the hell out of guys more than I've seen guys beat the hell out of girls. And that's the honest truth. When I was growing up, man, please. I used to see men in my neighborhood. I used to see men going down the street, with a woman chasing them. I'm telling you the truth, man. This ain't no cap. I used to see men running down the street. Men didn't hit women. But like I said, a lot of stuff we talk about, a lot of this stuff has changed so to the point to where it's ridiculous the way things have changed. It's like, wow, this is really like this now? Yes, it is. Things have changed. Things have changed a lot when it comes to man versus woman. I've had it personally. I've seen it personally happen within my own family. I've seen it personally happen and stuff like that. And there's been guys that hit back or something like that, but I've seen girls really cross the line. And an older woman would check girls too. They said, yeah, if he put hands on you, it's going to be your fault. I've seen older women tell like younger women that, there's no protection for you. There's no protection when you're wrong. Because when you're wrong, you're wrong. That's old school. A lot of stuff is old school lessons, man. Yeah, right side question. Buddha gloves. Oh, he said Buddha gloves. But I know He hit his woman. You talking about Bud? I think you mean Bud's glove. Well, I don't. Like I said, I try to stay away from all that type of stuff, and we just gonna try to stick with what we're gonna try to cover the things that we in boxing. Of course, we're gonna cover some of the grown folk stuff, like we always do. But like I said, even in your country, man, believe me that our bigger problems is them just covering up all that, covering up and destroying and rewriting history and feeding it back to us. I don't know how you how do you teach the original teacher? How do you teach them? And how do you give somebody history? How do you break down history to the original historian? I don't know I don't know how you do that. But they've managed and found ways to do it. And you call stuff ancient technology, but you don't have it. That don't even make sense. Now, when we talk about ancient stuff, like we might talk about even cars and stuff that we have that's ancient. We talk about phones that used to dial up and stuff like that. To me, that's ancient compared to what we got now, but it's not. It was more reliable. A lot of the older stuff was way more reliable. Like when cell phones first came out, they wasn't that reliable because of the network. Wasn't so many towers all over the place. Like dial-up connections with the internet. I mean, it's not as stable, but think about all the stuff we got now, all the different viruses and everything else. And just like with the phones, like you buy a phone and they make the phone to where it starts to fill up with memory and stuff and deteriorate as the years go by, so you have to get another phone. So sometimes you have to just stop. A lot of times, even a statement needs to be picked apart. Just one simple statement needs to be picked apart. A lot of times I stop when somebody's talking. I'm like, wait, stop just right there. Just stop. Just analyze just that one part. I mean, discussions can go on a long time if you sit there, if you really analyze everything that people talk about. If you actually analyze it and just try to figure it out word for word, it could take some work to get to the bottom. You know what I mean? But like I said, I know where I live at. I know where I live. And I know that, like I said, I seen even a video of somebody destroying hieroglyphs in mountains over in the United States with fire, just destroying it. Because some stuff you got to destroy with fire. Some of them, if it's too hard to work, because you can't take all those power tools, even though you got strong batteries, it just takes too much work to lug all that stuff up into the mountains to destroy the mountains. And don't think that even when you talk about Mount Rushmore, don't think that those were the original faces on it. Just don't think that. Yep. Jay Brown said, how you know that he hit her? You wasn't there. You sound real crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, Ryan said the police report. There's a lot of things in police reports. Police reports, I don't sit there. I don't go with all this stuff. I'll see you down there, Bruce. Bruce Gas Boxing, Jazz, and more is in here. He says salute the brother at Eagles Web Boxing. Derek Beatty says salute to Bruce. And Bruce right back at Derek Beatty. Jake Brown said females in this country lie all the time. That's why you have always reserved judgments until it goes to court and facts come out. That's what I was trying to explain to him too, Jake Brown. Because I said, because remember all that stuff happened even with Kobe? The girl talking about that Kobe did something to her and find out she done had all kinds of remains of different guys inside of her. Come on, get out of here with that. It's money, fame, and just clout. They call it clout now. So a lot of these people, they just clout chasing, And I know we got off the boxing. We never did get to the bottom. We'll get back on it again Friday because I'm gonna have to get out of here. We'll get back on it again Friday. But yeah, AB, a lot of these fighters, like I said, Sean Porter didn't want to be a gatekeeper, so he ran out of boxing. That's my estimation. And then you got some people like D'Lo said, you got like Dylan White. He's a gatekeeper. Derek Chisora, he's probably just a gatekeeper. If AB stays in, he may end up being gatekeeper. But we got to see what he got. Jay Brown said bring everybody's own. He liked Broner. I know one thing, Broner is strong. We just got to get his mind game together. And if his skill set is still up there, he can hang with any of these guys. Because he's a strong little dude. And he does have a good skill set, but he got to throw them things. So we'll see. I'm not trying to put AB on gatekeeper, but he might just end up being a gatekeeper. I'm going to be honest with y'all. As y'all know, some of these gatekeepers are voluntary and some of them are involuntary. Right now, I would say that Canelo's headed to being a gatekeeper. Y'all just don't think so. Everybody think he's so great. They putting him on pound for pound. But believe me, he's headed to being a gatekeeper. I've been watching his last couple of performances. He's on his way to being a gatekeeper. Believe me. He's on his way. Or on his way out. And if he fight Bivol again, he might be on his way out. Derek said, you in kidnap mode, head eagle. Jay Brown said, AB is the fat. Is in the fat camp. No, I ain't trying to hold y'all here. I know it's 6, Derek. I see it. But y'all didn't get out here until like 40? Not 6:40, but y'all can get it like close to 10 minutes after 6 the other day. So, no, I'm not. Shit, we right at 6. You know, I like to go like 5:30 or something at the most. We're supposed to go to 5, but I changed the time to just start at 4. So 4 to 5, you know, that's an hour. You guys know we hardly, even since Jay Brown been coming here. He hasn't been here for a while, but Jay Brown, no, we usually stay a little bit longer than that. But we always got something more to talk about. And like I'm leaving stuff on the table. And I appreciate my gift still. Derek just got a lot. It just got dropped off during my live. Just so y'all can see it. I'm showing off right now. I'm showing. I'm not clout chasing. I'm clout showing. That was a gift to Eagle. Eagle. Put it back there with the baby girl, maybe. Yeah, y'all see all my stuff back here. So Friday. So I think about that. I may not. So Friday I may not be here. But I can see myself maybe doing something late. Or, you know, we might, or just catch my other channel, my IG or something like that. Because they want me to, Chief contacted me, wants me to go out to this event. So I'm supposed to do that. And I'm just trying to get somebody with me. But we're going to see if AB can get it done. If AB can shake the rust and get it done, like I said, we got Tank coming up. So hopefully everything works out for Tank. As you guys know, I don't care one way or another when it comes to these fighters if they do shit that I ain't got no control. Because we're trying to cover the boxing aspect and then we cover other things. We're not trying to cover them outside of boxing. But sometimes we have to. We're just trying to cover out, you know, grown folk stuff. You know, that's why I tell you guys, just be careful out there doing what you do. And you guys go check out Bruce. If you guys got time, check him out sometimes because he has a lot of content. Always check out D-Lo's content. D-Lo always puts up a lot of stuff. You know, he's dedicated to what he does. He comes in here when he can. Y'all check out Derek everywhere. Just follow Derek's ass. Derek is all over the place. So y'all make sure y'all follow Derek. Just follow Derek. I'm not saying he's going to put anything out, but just follow Derek and just make sure you pay attention to what Derek talk about. Because Derek be, Derek be talking some shit sometimes. Y'all got to, and Jay Brown. If y'all see Jay Brown anywhere, make sure y'all keep up with the brother. But I was surprised, man. A couple of y'all, at least Jay Brown and well, we already know that D-Ray's ass. We already know about him. We know that he will come by, and his ass, he always takes off. D-Ray takes off. He don't want to conversate with nobody. He just come in and shows up. He making sure that he's still modded up. I'm gonna take his shit from him one day, Derek, because he just come in. He ain't respectful enough to say what's up to y'all. Well, then he might be busy at work, like I said. See, and that's what the whole thing. Part of the discussion is we don't know exactly what went down, so we just let the courts or whatever decide. Like I said, I don't trust courts. I can't even see myself going to any kind of court or getting charged with. I can't see that happening no more. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what would happen to me because I don't feel like being behind nobody's bar. None of that. I don't feel like being behind nobody's bars. None of that bullshit. I just don't feel like playing with these people at all. Like knocking on my door, like, hey, get the hell away from my door. What you need? You know what I mean? I just don't feel like playing that. Nah, whatever y'all heard, man. You ain't got nothing. Just get away from me. You know what I mean? Shit, I already be thinking of ways, to get out to execute. Man, y'all just don't know. Y'all don't know Eagle stories, but I'm gonna be cool with it. Anyway, we at 6:04. Anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. We're gonna get back on it. Hopefully, AB is not really at fat camp like Jay Brown said, but Derek Banks said facts to Jay Brown. So hopefully he's not at fat camp. And if I can get in here, if I can't, maybe I have to come back tomorrow. But if I can't, because I got to start getting stuff ready for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and stuff like that. I got to get my regalia together. I got to get my products together and all that. And you guys, if you want to email me or hit me on IG or something like that. If you guys shop at the store, if you guys pick out like a hoodie or something like that, I got 15% off right now. And yes, I still got to work on some stuff that somebody asked me to. I got to design some more baby clothes and all that. But y'all check it out, man. Just go in there and look at look at some of the stuff I got. I got 15% off, so that at least covers your tax and shipping. So you're paying about what I have to pay. Because I don't get that much on small orders anyway. I don't really get nothing. So anyway, I'm passing the savings on to y'all. It'll be good until I think like the 28th. Not this month. Today's the 28th, but like next month. So it'd be good up until at least that time. If you guys want to shop there, it works because I tried it. And so this, just hit me up and I'll give it to you. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. Maybe I can get it in here. If I can, let's see. Because if I can get it in here, I'll give it to you guys here. I'll just give you guys the code and stuff. Save some money. And if you got any other questions, just call me up. Just hit me up and we'll figure out like if we can get it. If we get it over to you, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out a way how to get it to you. But I'm gonna check in here right now just to see. Let me see. See if they let me in. Okay. So maybe I can keep going. Oh yeah, I got to do a double authentication. Hold on one second. Shit. Oh wait, something. Get this phone, baby. Yeah. Hope I ain't just talking to myself. Hope somebody stayed like, okay, let me see what Eagle got. At least somebody stayed. Come on, stop it. Stop it. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can get in there. Get in there. This thing is so slow. So this case you guys go through. I see somebody's been in there messing around. Let me see. Here we go. Right here. I just got to copy it. I put it up in there so y'all can just use this. So, and that will. So y'all use that code, and that's gonna that'll take care of everything right there. I'll see y'all did Derek. Derek talking about peace. Peace, I'm out. Yeah. Yeah. But we at the end of it. We at the end, man. This is the end of the year, man. We going into the end of the year, but we gonna get there. But anyway, that's the code, man. And I got more than just clothes in there too. You guys know I got clothes, gifts, all. Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff, man. Believe me, it's gonna be tight. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I just didn't. Yeah, even Derek picked up a shirt over in there. He finally got it, but use a different address next time. Derek said, "I gotta use a different address, man." See, this shit took forever, man. Somebody tried to. They felt that vibe from Derek, like, oh shit, we better try to get this, better try to run this over to Derek. I think this supposed to go to Derek. We better run that over there. Anyway, I'm gonna catch y'all, man. They said don't do 4, but 4 is cool because 4 directions still. I don't know what they thought. 4 directions, not the evil directions, but 4 directions. My people are in 4 different directions. That's it. Y'all be good out there. Have a great holiday season, great weekend. Or hopefully I can get out of here Friday, man. I know I need to, but if I'm here or if I'll try to let y'all know the day before because I might leave late. I just got to call the chief up and see what he's doing. All right, let me get out of here because Derek could be talking about I held y'all hostage or whatever. Oh, look, it's a hostage situation. the kidnap situation with Eagle. All right, y'all. Peace.